The importance of it.
This is as close as basketball gets to a local derby, and there's a lot more at stake than just local pride. The winner of this match goes on to take pole position in the Eastern Conference. I'm looking forward to the battle of the Hardaways, but also watch out for Orlando's Darrell Armstrong and Miami's Alonso Mourning.
Hardaway's match up against one another.
At the start of the game, the Miami Heat were ice cold as they couldn't make a shot of any kind.
Magic don't double team, and Alonso airballs the jump hook. And again, the Heat misfire. They have missed their first 5 shots from the floor.
But while Miami were not looking ready for this battle, Orlando sure were.
Anderson for 3.
What a start to this ball game.
Penny Hardaway had his game flowing early on.
Hardaway for 2. It is a 9-0 start for the Magic.
Late in the first quarter, the Magic scoring slowed down, so they started to rely on good teamwork.
Excellent passing, and Outlaw throws it down. Pick and roll, and Doliak on the drive. But both of these teams are struggling so much in this first half. The defense by the Magic. And Porter jumped up into the air and had no place to go with the ball. What a pass by Armstrong.
Oh, nice, Darrell. Real nice job, Darrell Armstrong.
In the second quarter, Penny continued to wheel and deal as the Magic went ahead by 11.
Been a tremendous first half defensively for the Magic as a team. Outlaw's got to shoot it.
Oh, not goal.
Give him 2. It's not a 3, but it is a 2-point shot with less than a second to play
Not
in the first half.
with the dagger from the bench, from the corner.
It's another tough, low-scoring Eastern Conference affair. Only this time it's some poor shooting and not great defending, which is keeping the scores so low. However, Orlando had a strong finish to that first half, leaving them with a 13-point lead. Miami are really going to have to find a spark from somewhere if they're to stop Orlando taking the top spot in the Eastern Conference. After embarrassing themselves by scoring the fewest first-half points in team history, Miami needed to come out strong.
Alonso Mourning. And he now has 9 for Miami. But this Miami team is not going to fold up.
No, they're not.
Marley did not make a shot in the first half, but that didn't last long in the third quarter, did it? 8:26 to go in the third quarter. And the Heat still haven't missed a shot in the third period. And the Heat are 6 for 6 from the floor in the quarter. Brown confidently steps up and shoots in another one.
Is this the same ball club or not?
Doesn't look like it. 7 for 7.
And Jamal will shoot that jump shot right there, but Bo recovers very nicely. Oh, man.
Boy, the Heat have tied the game on an incredible run in the third quarter. Shot clock is ticking down again. Harpering in there battling, but Mastern gets the rebound. And the Magic are as cold as Miami is hot in this quarter. Now the Heat have made 9 of 10 shots in the period, and they have taken the lead for the first time tonight. Mastern camped out in the lane. And they get an offensive rebound, and Mourning gives Miami a 4-point lead. Hardaway blows past Mastern, but then blows the shot. Tim Hardaway with the 3. I think a lot of people are in shock.
I am.
See some stunned faces up here.
I'm sitting here like, what happened?
The Heat are going to get the last shot of the quarter.
With about 4 seconds to go, you want to commit a foul and force him to take the ball out of bounds. Don't want to give up an easy. Right now, commit the foul before you get in the act of shooting. You did not.
What a turnaround at the Orlando Arena. A 36-point third period for the Heat after they scored 23 points in the first half.
The crowd at the Orlando Arena were doing their best to get the Magic fired up for the fourth quarter. It may have been working as Penny was able to get Orlando back on the scoring track. But Miami were unfazed by Penny or the crowd as they looked to get the ball inside to their big man, Alonso Mourning.
Well, the Heat have turned it up, and the Magic are just a little bit dazed right now, It looks like.
As the game started to look grim for the Magic, they turned to their sparkplug, Darrell Armstrong, who hit this moonshot to get the crowd on their feet. Then he got the team out and running as they tried to cut the lead even more.
Heat missing a couple of shots. Outlaw runs the floor and gets the easy one.
Orlando was starting to feel it again, so they got the ball into Penny's hands.
That's a big shot. That is a big shot.
With the Heat now only up by 5 points, they were looking for their top guns to take over the game.
Very important defensive sequence for the Magic. Hardaway with the pull-up jumper. He drilled it.
Oh, that's big.
Tim Hardaway did his job, then it was Alonso Mourning's turn. This jumper may have been a dagger in Orlando's heart, but now, down by 6 points, the Magic were willing to scratch and crawl to get back into the game.
Nick looking for the three. And the loose ball picked up by Anderson. Armstrong 4-3. He got it!
Orlando now needed some strong defense to get the ball back.
Porter fumbled it away. Outlaw picks it up. Lots of time left. 24 to go in the ball game.
Well, go for two and go quickly. You have to go quickly. Why wait for the three? Let's go.
And he's scrambling. Armstrong. Oh, it's pinned.
Oh, that's a jump ball.
Darrell Armstrong's shot was the Magic's last chance to tie the game. For the Heat, the 23 points they scored in the first half was the lowest total ever for a team who then went on to win the game. I said Miami needed a spark. Well, it was more like fireworks from the Heat. They put on a real team performance with every player getting in on the act. Orlando, well, they had the opportunities, but they just couldn't make them count. And Miami may have just taken a huge step towards securing the Eastern Conference Championship.
Man, if we would have lost, you would have brought us bad luck. I would have blamed it on you. You know that, right?
Well, you got to blame it on me now that I brought you all this.
Okay, all right.
Obviously a disappointing loss, Penny. How do you feel about the whole game?
Well, we played a great first half. We stopped there. They came out the third quarter being a tough team they are mentally and physically, and took over the game and never looked back. So it was a very tough loss for us.
Do you think you relaxed off a little bit when you had such a lead early on?
Well, I didn't. I mean, it seemed like the entire team did. You know, they came out. We knew they're going to come out and try to get back in the game in the third quarter, and all we needed to do was either tie them or beat them in the third quarter, and then we had them down. They probably would have given up.
The first half, we couldn't throw the ball in the ocean. You know, we just stayed with it, stayed focused, and knew that we had a whole nother half to turn things around. We did it.
So what was said at halftime by the coach?
You don't want to know what was said at halftime. Yeah, but believe me, what was said, you know, was very beneficial.
With that win, Miami have taken over the top spot in the Eastern Conference. Remember, positions are measured by how many games back teams are from the conference leader. Each result has a value of half a game. Miami are 1 game ahead of Orlando. Why? Well, despite having the same amount of wins, the Magic have 2 more losses. Each loss counts for half a game, thus they are 1 game back. The race for the final playoff spots is still really close. This week, the red-hot San Antonio Spurs beat Western Conference foes Portland, Utah and Houston.
Gives it up to Ellie for the win!
The Spurs are in 3rd place in the conference, 2 games behind the leaders, Utah Jazz. The Lakers are still struggling and are in the 5th spot, 6 games back. Seattle and Sacramento are tied for the 8th spot. This fight should go down to the wire. I've had an amazing week in the East. I hope you guys have enjoyed it too. I've learned loads about Eastern Conference basketball. It's rough, it's tough, and the emphasis is definitely on defence. Sadly, I've got to go home, but